If you're looking for PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones, you'll be able to find them for pretty cheap as of right now. The PlayStation 4 goes for around $300 new, and the Xbox One goes for about $250. So I wanted to challenge myself, and I asked, is it possible to make a computer competitive with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at this price range, and one that way outperforms both of them? Hey guys, this is Nick, and in today's video, I'm going to be looking at seeing if we can create a $300 console killer that can easily outperform next-gen consoles. This video will only include new parts, which I think would only be fair considering we're putting it up against consoles that you can buy for new. However, there is no doubt that you would be able to buy better value parts used, and if you really want me to, I can make a separate video on that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. For the processor, we have the new Skylake Intel Pentium G4560. The G4560 is clocked at 3.5 GHz and is a new Skylake processor, and what makes it so special is that the Pentiums were really never good before because they did not have hyperthreading, so they were not competitive with i3s, i5s, or i7s, and they were pretty weak. But the difference between Skylakes and Skylakes are now the Pentiums have hyperthreading, so they can be pretty competitive with i3s. This has been deemed as the budget king of processors, and I tend to agree just because it is a pretty powerful processor, and honestly, on a $300 budget, this is a steal of a processor. If you really want to, you can upgrade to an i5 or an i7 later in your computer's lifetime, but honestly, with this one, you should be fine for a long time. You can pre-order this for about $75 at B&H. For the motherboard, we have the ASRock H1100M. This is part of the Intel H1100 chipset. It supports up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. There is no SLI or Crossfire support, but if you only have $300 to spend on a gaming computer, you really shouldn't have a problem with SLI or Crossfire in the future. It's not the best motherboard, and I admit that I don't know a lot about motherboards, but if you're on a budget, you shouldn't be worried about what type of motherboard you can get. You can buy this for about $50 on Newegg, but the price is always fluctuating. Sometimes I see it at $60, sometimes at $45, so you just have to get lucky, but as of right now, you can buy it for $50. For the RAM, we have Crucial Ballistix 8GB of DDR3 memory. Now, this is only 8 gigabytes, but you shouldn't run into any problems with 8 gigabytes of RAM as of right now. I know we're getting closer to that 16 gigabytes of RAM point where you're going to be required to have 16 gigs of RAM, but honestly, 8 gigabytes of RAM should be fine as of right now. You probably would want to upgrade in the future, but for now, it will be fine. I had 6 gigabytes in my old computer until this summer, and I played all of my games just fine, and I even rendered videos. And all that stuff. I did video editing on it, so honestly, 8 gigabytes shouldn't be a problem. You can purchase this for $35 on Newegg, but that will not last for long. It's probably going to go back up to 42, maybe 45, but as of right now, it's on a sale, so you can purchase it for $35 on Newegg. For the case, we have the Rosewill Micro ATX Mini Tower case. It's a mini tower, but you should be able to fit everything that's included in this build. For the future, though, if you're looking to upgrade, I probably would get a new case. I had to tread carefully on the case because, price, but it was cheap, and that's why I chose it. You can't really expect a great quality at this price point, but it does the job, and I think it does it well, which I consider that a win in my book. And you can pick this case up for about $25 on Amazon. For the power supply, we have EVGA's 400 watt power supply. Same with the case, I kind of had to cheap out on this one. 400 watts should be more than enough for your current build, but if you're looking to upgrade in the future, you should probably invest in a better power supply, but honestly, even then, it should be okay as long as you're not getting like a 1070 in a build, but honestly, if you only have $300 as of right now to build a gaming computer, I doubt much is going to change in the future. This power supply was extremely cheap, but I think it is on sale right now. But as of right now, you can buy it for $20. And for the graphics card, we have the GTX 1050. Now, obviously, the 1050 is not the best card you can buy, but if you're on a tight budget, this is probably one of the better ones out there. You can go for the RX 460, but that costs only about $5 to $10 less, and you're getting about 8 to 12% less performance, which in my opinion is definitely not worth it. You can also go used, which I would highly recommend, but since this is a new build, I went with the 1050. But if you do decide to go used, you can get cards like the RX 280, or the R9 280, like stuff like that, which will definitely outperform a GTX 1050, probably for cheaper, which I think would be better, but obviously some of you have problems with warranty and stuff like that, so you just would prefer going new, and I definitely see your point there, so the 1050 it is. But with the GTX 1050, even with this card, you should be able to play light titles easily maxed out in AAA games on high to ultra settings at around 30 to 60 FPS with almost no problems. You can buy this card for about $105 on Amazon right now, or on Newegg, or pretty much anywhere, and it is probably the cheapest 1050 you can buy as of right now. So the combined cost of all of these parts is $330, and that's only about $30 above our budget. So in conclusion, is it possible to find a $300 PC that can not only outperform but kill a console? And my answer is yes. Is it difficult? Yes, much harder than it is to buy a console, plug it in, and play. But is it worth it? Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, go ahead and leave a dislike. I don't really care. But for now, that's all for me, and I'll see you guys later. And tell me if you guys want more of this down in the comments, but as of right now, that's all for me. Bye, guys.